and can every Friday but this oh my God, and I said and I know na say na customer back go home na show no and I'm doing the show is coming back. The show is coming back. bigger and better. And then the sound. Take, but your sound. And then yo, Ramato, me who you saying that business
no. I don't mind it. I'm grateful that we're in the new year. I'm looking forward to new years, and sort of I'm happy that we're all alive, we're all safe, we're all healthy. That's a DJ sound.
Yes, technician, and sound. Okay. He was such
That's fine. I'm just saying. Grateful to God. I'm grateful to all our family and friends who have kept us going all of last year. New Year. So I'm happy that we're back. I'm happy that we're back. I'm happy that we are getting going again. Seeing what this year is going to bring. Thanks very much. And I can agree and say, come back and support the show. No, it's not that easy. We want people to support the show. And do whatever we can. We'll be here just like we were last year, and we'll keep going.
Yeah. We will be here every week, and we'll be telling our customers more about Taptap Send, their products, what we are adding on, what they should expect. Import crown say via Ghana ni na unyonku bi one of the countries in so you send it at the corner. Ubeti ho and send bebre said the beya also no ubetimi aboho dero ama unamfo no so etimi ayusu Taptap Send. Andra me call baby and papa bako say onunsu wa download the app na o use na o si de ye ne dekra wo mini say o send ya neko na emu yes anje pe eno kra de enu na eku enu nti me sere wa bomodi ana bohu the road eche amanfo na omunso entimi enyusu Taptap Send. Yo director for Growth Africa Ramauto mami di kan embusa say customers ebusa say at the end of 2023, and I said, the end of more at the Emma customers, a year 2022. Yeah,
I did there. I mean, what do we say? So we are still looking forward to serving our Ghanaian customers and all our customers for the rest of the year and for many, many years to come. This year is going to be a bit different and a little bit more tough than last year because there are a number of things coming up in Ghana, in regulation, in changes that we have to deal with. So this year, I mean, the E-Levy is one thing that we have to deal with, number one. There is also a telephone number re-registration Momo thing going on in Ghana, which was supposed to be done by March, but it's now going to be June or something like that. We will talk about that. So there are some things that are outside of our control that we have to deal with. So that's one. The app will continue to work and we'll continue to improve it. That's without. The first thing that we can do that we can work on is to make sure that we give you the best rates every single day. He said we don't do offers and we don't do these kind of teaser rates and just we give you a good rate just to bring you in, and then next day we drop the rate or make it difficult. And then rates near 8.6, right? And rate 8.6 is because actually today, the spot rate has gone up a little bit, so we've been able to do that. So when the rates are good and we can pass the savings on back to the customer, we would always do that, and that's one of the things that we will continue doing this year. So if you see people doing some crazy rates, and for years on rates, being almost offers, no, we don't do that. If we can pass the rates on back to you, we will, and that's my job. So I would work hard this year, and I can promise you that. We will work really hard to make sure the rate that we give you every single day is the rate that we can absolutely do the best on. And it's not an offer, it's just straight rate every day. So if you don't remember anything, Krano, this evening, remember, we at Taptap Send, we will work hard to give you the best rates every single day. And that's our job, and that's what we'll continue to do. So that's number one. So we will keep working hard to give customers the best rates. Absolutely. Number two is there are a number of things that we also want to start looking at. We want to start looking at other payment methods in Ghana that people are interested in. So last year, we started with banks because people wanted banks, right? But as at now, no, I can say for the audience of this room, they say the number of people who are using the bank transfer is not as much as people using Momo. So right now, it's almost maybe 80-20% to Momo to bank. So we want to see, as there are changes in Ghana happening, you know, how do we increase the use of banks and how do we educate customers more? Say, we have a bank account product you can send to banks and encourage customers to send more to banks, because people who send to banks can send to save, they send to do different things, they send to buy land, and there's amounts of money that you can send to the bank that you cannot send to Momo because of the amount. So this year, we're going to work on improving the bank aspect of our product. How do we make it easier and simpler for people to see where the bank product is and be able to easily get to the bank they want to send to and send to very quickly? Bank near introduce it here because customers wanted it. So now what we have to do now is find a way to improve that and increase that. That's number two. So feel free to stop me and ask me questions as I go along. So that's number two. Number one, we'll give you the best rates every day. Number two, we will work on making the bank product better and easier to interact with. That's number two. Number three is the other payment method. So you started ZPay last year because we thought ZPay would be a good way for you to start paying for bills and paying for things in Ghana and buying things in Ghana. This year, I'm going to invest time in investing in researching what other ways do you want to deal with money in Ghana. So are there other things that you are paying for? Are there other methods of payments in Ghana that we are not exploring? And that could be anything from cash to like paying for DSTV, paying for different things that you do in Ghana. Even now, no matter say, it's not possible to pay Momo when you're buying things in Ghana because everybody has a merchant's number. They don't have Momo numbers anymore. I'll be doing some work to explore that and see how we can make it easy for you to be able to directly pay for things in Ghana. Okay.
All right,
that's something that we are going to work on. We're also going to look at actually what things are you buying in Ghana that we can help you with. So if you are thinking of investing in Ghana, can Taptap help you with that? You are thinking of saving some money in Ghana, can Taptap help you with that? You are thinking of doing some projects in Ghana, can Taptap help you with that? So we are thinking of actually anything that you think that Taptap can be useful in helping you do. Tell us. I want to try and open an open channel where you can tell us how we can improve the product. You can tell us what things you are doing in Ghana and how Taptap Send can be useful in helping you do those things or making it easier for you to pay for those things. My number one goal and my number one dream is to say, all of you, my friends and my brothers and my cousins and my sisters who are living in Abuja, Awiano, if you want to do anything with financial or anything like that in Ghana, Wutana Italy, and I say Wutana Germany, and I say Wutana UK, you should be able to do it on your phone. And if Taptap Send can help with that, please let me know, because I want to explore how we go beyond just sending money to actually helping you with your financial transactions in Ghana. I don't know what that would look like. I don't know what that would entail. I see somebody writing treasury bonds. If you have comments, please put it down and let's talk about it. I want to have an open chat about it. Let's talk about it. And I have the team, I have the people, and I have the desire and the will to explore how we can do that. So that's another thing I want to do. And that's
okay.
it. So those are the big. Those are the I will call them the big bets.
Mm-hmm.
And final one. I've been talking to a lot of you sort of last year, and people are talking to me about, ABR, we should think about how we reward our customers. So we did last year a frequent sender program, and we had lots of prizes, but some people up to today haven't claimed their prize. So I don't know where the prize has gone. ABR, it will have to be given to me if That's what's happened. So we are thinking of how to change that. So I want to try and reward customers for being for sending with us. This money transfer, we are not making millions from what we are sending. So the real business that we are in, though, I would explain to you. We buy money and we sell money. That's what we do. So we go to the Bank of Ghana, we buy the CD at, let's say, 8.7, right? And we come and sell to you at 8.6. We have made some small money on top. So there's a small difference between the money, where we buy the money and how we sell the money. And yet it's not a secret. This is how every money transfer business works. So there's not a lot of money in the system that we can be sharing. But what we can do is say, the more we are and the bigger we are as Taptap Send, the better my buying power and the better our buying power. So if I'm going to buy CD, which I'll then come and sell to you, if I go and say I want to buy millions of CD, right, I can get a better rate than if I go and say I'm buying thousands of CD, which I say. So that's the business. So I want us to help grow the business. I want you guys to come and send money every day, send money every week with Taptap Send, so that I can have a better, stronger buying power to buy CD better and sell to you at a better price. I'm telling you the secret of the business. That's the secret of the business. And yeah, they're a secret, but that's the what do you call it? The machine and the engine inside the business. You know? It's about how much CD am I buying and how much CD am I selling. So we will continue doing that. But to do that, you know, we have to create some constant big customer base of loyal customers who are with us. Find a way to say thank you, which is not always giving money away, because we don't have a lot of money between the buying price and selling price to give that much money away.
Okay. Right. Meko frequent senders promotion decks na omonso ama mehunia koso ewo ehonomo. Me starting busa questions, the questions are coming. And remember, for another, our viewers, our customers, more time to ask questions. Said next week, and we the topic E-Levy in Ukraine. Next week we will still be talking about E-Levy next week. But an idea, let's open up now questions, and Brad now hearing how best we'll be able to answer them. Before I will pick the other man is actually reading some of the comments and as the questions are chat room on. Mamindi kind embusa so with me minya call from one customer. It was about 3DS verification, right? Or your transaction and the bank yes on go through the bank app now or approve transaction now acquire or approve on the bank app it was saying Segovia is trying to take money from and on those who need Segovia via Taptap Send and I was sending Sika every at the aqua or my gun ain't Segovia no ubetimi actually now what to me at Timunso about 3DS verification also kakra I'm a customer afina ABA or motive for the first time. Director, you.
Yeah, I'll explain. So 3DS and then they say 3-dimensional security. 3-dimensional security. That's the full meaning of 3DS. And it's a security system put in place by the EU and now the UK government to make sure that all financial transactions which are distant are secure. So if you are buying something and you are not using your card in front of the person, then it means that you're buying the thing from a distance. It's called distance selling. So if you're buying anything online or you're buying anything over the phone, it means that you're buying it when you are not stood in front of the shop. So to do that, they have to make sure say the transaction is secure by 3 dimensions, which means that you, the person who is buying it, has to confirm that it's you, right? The bank has to confirm it's you, and then the person who is selling the things to you, also has to confirm that they've confirmed with the bank and you that is you, which I said. So that's 3 people. It's 3 dimensions that we are confirming the thing. So this has become a law. It's supposed to stop fraud. It's supposed to stop people stealing your money. It's supposed to stop those fraud boys that were kind of back in the day. The days we came here 8 years ago. People used to clone people's cards and then they can buy. Open one out card, NASA. These days you can't do that anymore, because if you're buying anything, there has to be a 3-dimensional security confirmation of what you're buying to make sure. So this is now a standard thing. It's not just tap send. Anywhere you're buying something, you have to confirm this. So the way that it's been implemented on tap send and the way that we've done it, and they say, when you are doing your transaction with tap send and you put in an amount, that amount, when you click OK, we normally send a request to the bank or the credit card company or the card company to confirm, say, can you confirm, say, this person is who they say they are and they are allowed to use this card to buy something. Now, normally, you leave the tap send app, you go to your bank app, you confirm that it's okay, and then the bank will say fine. The bank will then give us confirmation with some code in the back end, say, yeah, we are happy with this. And then we go ahead and do it. And then the transaction will go through. That's how it's supposed to work. So you as the buyer, you as a customer doing the transaction, you do something on Taptap, it will stop you there. It will take you out of your app. You will go to Barclays app or NatWest app. You have to, that's outside of Taptap. You confirm that there. NatWest will then talk to our app again, and then we'll confirm that it's fine before the transaction will go through. All that system kind of happens almost for every transaction. As I say, NatWest, for me, say almost every transaction for NatWest, you have to do that. For some banks, once you do it once or twice, they kind of relax the rules and you don't have to do it again. Some banks are adamant, say every single transaction has to do it that way. So it becomes quite difficult. So yes, at Taptap, we want to have what I call friction-free or frictionless transfers. That means we don't want to put any barriers in the way of your sending, right? I don't want to send every transaction to 3DS, because if you've sent £10, now next time you're sending £5, now the same card, same person, same IP address, same phone, same everything. As long as it's not a bigger amount than the amount you're sending before, some rules can be relaxed and some rules can, but the banks will still say, no, we need 3DS. So that's the whole 3DS thing. It's not just us, it's the law, number one. Two, it's the confirmation is coming from your bank and not us. Inti, sanye ye na se e faili and as a BBC possible say the communication between ourselves and the bank has broken down, or the communication between your phone and the bank has broken down, or in most cases, a timeout. That means that there is a small window between you making the confirmation for the bank to send us a confirmation and say it's okay for us to go ahead. So mostly, a timeout, but that means it will fail, right? And if it fails, it's definitely not my doing, because trust me, because small coins are over 2% Ghana. I have no interest in failing a transaction. I really wanted to go through, but sometimes a timeout, and the timeout normally happens maybe within like 50 to 60 seconds. It times out, and sometimes people don't even see the pop-up because people don't know. Say they have to confirm with the bank. What I say, so they think everything is just like before, where you click send. But now, they say, "I'll click send that. Watch your screen, Mr. Watch the screen," because sometimes pop-up and the pop-up will be so small that you might miss it. But you have to click that pop-up, go to your bank's app, confirm it. The bank will confirm to us. Now I sound back, tap, and then finish the transaction. That always happens. So, Mr. Moi, that's 3DS, that's the law, and that's what's happening. But you asked about Segovia, Nana comment. Segovia, I don't say a company, I don't say a tap send, but Segovia was the original name of Tap Send when Tap Send wasn't even Tap Send. So Tap Send used to be part of a company called Give Directly. Give Directly was a charity, and Segovia was the tech company that was behind that charity long time ago. Some of our systems still say Segovia, but and in your customer facing name, I can't say Segovia, Ghana. It doesn't sound very nice. Until you change it to Tap Send, because they're a better sounding name than Segovia. So Segovia, really, we should be changing everything to say Tap Send, but some of the very old systems still have Segovia. I'm just into Segovia, don't be afraid. One of us, but it's not on you to know that. It's on us to make sure that we change those things to make sure we don't confuse you anymore than we should do. But Michelle, see any funny name on your account or see any funny, like any name there you don't recognize, Michelle, ask us, because I'm sure we can explain that. Because they say, yeah, so people are doing some weird things out there into Michelle. Don't be taken for granted. If you're not sure, just check and confirm with us, and we can confirm.
Ain't customers anymore say how long that this process of maybe making it possible for us not to see Segovia but seeing Taptap, how long do you think it will take?
I didn't even know where these things are coming from, because as far as we are concerned, we've changed a lot of things. If things come up that I realized that oversight and then then absolutely we'll change it. So if you see it, please flag it up to us and make sure we change it.
All right, awesome. Right. Meko frequency index promotion index that now for my baby questions are mania chat box nimu ehonomo na ansana no mamimbusa before said yebeko break of the show at the end of last year. Now there are a few developments and air coso America. And they amino say yenuanum being so America might join anyone show you so. And into my end busa say American so update at saying what are the states as Ababe count with the Hina Yen say very soon Ababe count Minianum be on New York almost Amisa New York as a Makuzi say
New York as no well I mean it's difficult to explain New York, right? Because America is going very well for Taptap Send. So because of all of you on this call and all of you customers at Taptap Send, we've been able to make a footstep into America without a lot of, if you like, marketing, without a lot of noise making, because you have all helped us launch America. Yesterday, America, people are already hearing about Taptap Send. People already know about Taptap Send. People are already asking us questions. When are you coming? When are you coming? When are you coming? Nana, your friends, our cousins, our brothers and sisters who live in America. So America just took off, like literally, America just took off. And America has become one of our most important markets. And America is currently, if you look at all the countries, America to Ghana, no, as saying some of the other countries are from Ghana, so Senegal, so Cote d'Ivoire, but just Ghana, for US Ghana, no, it's a chain, another whole country. So it tells you how well America is going, and we are very pleased with how America is going. And we built a team of reps. They're doing very well. They're doing church talks. They're doing all the things that we were doing in the UK and Europe. No, our American brothers are doing exactly that. You should continue supporting us, America, and we are going to build it and make it better. Now, the way America works is that you have to apply for a license in every single state, right? We did those applications last year, very early in the year. New York was one of the first that we did, but it's one of the only ones that we don't have right now because they are just very slow. It's not in our hands. Our lawyers have done everything. The only people who get rich from this is the lawyers, right? So it's just the lawyers. There's lawyers who get rich because we submit all the papers to all the different states. It's a lot of legal work, a lot of paperwork. We sign lots of things, and then we leave it and we wait. So a lot of the states have given us a green light to go ahead, no trouble. New York, they haven't asked us any questions. They haven't asked us anything that we have not been able to provide. I think there's 2 more states. It's New York and it's Texas. I think there's about 3 states left. Everywhere else is live, but it's just about 2 or 3 that are not live yet. And once we launch New York, I'm sure we would even go bigger and better. We have just found one of the team, a very good Ghanaian guy in America who is going to be helping us lead the America project, Nadine Nelson Odro. So I'll introduce him maybe next week when he starts, and he's going to be helping lead the work in America, and he's going to be bringing together all the Ghanaians and making sure that everybody in America knows that Taptap and Abedu Chrome. But yeah, it's been fantastic now coming, and we are really happy that we launched America, and we are really happy that we've been able to bring the same fantastic, great rates that we are doing in Europe. No, we can do the same for our American brothers as well.
Thank you very much, Growth Director, Taptap Send Africa, Ura Malto. Mami call Frequency and Desk Promotion Desk. So co-founder Nana Adumako Ghana, and also we're joining Jumedi. So Nana, you are welcome to the show, and our customers want to know more what they should expect this year, especially when it comes to loyalty, rewards. What do you have for our customers this year? Nana Adumako.
Hi, everybody. Sorry, my battery. Not very clear. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Cool. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Thank you. Welcome back to the show. Thank you for being loyal as usual. And continuing to use the app. Last year, we kicked off the Frequent Sender program by giving one lucky person a prize every month. We've changed it slightly. In December, we launched a program where we gave about 100 people something every year. And we found that it was actually really nice and rewarding to surprise our customers with credit in the app. So now we will be giving about 50 to 100 people prize credit in the app every month. So those who are who message us and say, you know, what's Taptap Send giving me for my loyalty? Hopefully you will be one of the 50 or one of the 100 to receive surprise credit in the app. And this will happen every month. And then we also have other exciting things that we have planned for the customers throughout the year. And at the end of the year, we will do one massive prize. Hasn't quite been decided yet, but it will be a big one. So yeah, that's what we're doing so far from the frequent senders desk. But we'll also love to hear your ideas.
So every month, 50 people should expect something on their app. I went to one church and there was this guy who received £25 in December unexpectedly. And he said, hey, a company pay now all send this can you and I'm saying that is Taptap for you. We are not too much of profit motive. We all want to make sure that sending money to Africa can become as cheap as possible. That is what we are trying to do. And in the yes, ABA, Usika enu ni hiyan bebreza debi. Ye hwe kwan ya ebefa so ye nyina yebetimi aboa enuanom ewofie. Me nana ne ka se ensutafo didi me ya na mamponfo asumato. Minim se ma to ba bebusa me ase ne sen e kire meka ho asema kire. Okay, Mami enko chat room honomo na me fa some of the questions are
before you go down, I think I don't know whether Nana mentioned the Taptap Send games that you're doing. Might be worth talking about here, which is we want to try and do Taskele championships for Taptap customers this year. My award, me person organize some serious Ghana games. Yepe Taskele champion, yepe Pilolo champion, yepe Stay for You champion. But yeah, doing. We want to do one of these games that we all remember. Me, I definitely remember it, and make it a big one as well. So that's one thing that Nana didn't mention that we are also thinking about this year, and try and get as many of you that want to play Taskele with me as possible to come and play Taskele with me, see if you can beat me or not. But we would what one necessarily, we would tell you a bit more about it as we go along. I'm looking forward to the Taskele bar.
Yeah. All right. So Taptap Send games will be coming on this summer, and into watch out bear announcement as time goes on. We'll be talking about E-Levy very soon. But quickly, let me pick one or two questions if you hear about. Loretta said, in fact, Taptap Send bank service every break call Ghana. Loretta, I would like to hear from you. How Taptap send bank transfer service no eboa ebra uku PMU ewo on my Ghana. Now be on one and also I can about buying bonds or any treasury bills and so ewo Ghana. Obi Busa say, can you please send 5,000 5,000 at a go via mobile money? Yeah, director, quickly, is it possible? 5,000 pounds to Momo.
I think it's a Nana question. It's a Nana question. I think this one.
All right. Let me go to Nana Ademako. Nana, is it possible for one to send 5,000 pounds at a go, or let's say 5,000 pounds, 5,000 euros, $5,000 at a go to a mobile money account? Is it possible?
Most often, no, because the mobile money wallets have their limits in Ghana, which are often at max 10,000 cedis. So we have made it so that you can send up to 10,000 cedis a go. There are, of course, like merchant accounts, as an example, who have higher thresholds, like 60,000. Maybe they can take 60,000. But because it's more of a like a day-to-day product, we've set the cap at 10,000. So you can still send that 5,000 pounds, but it's likely to be maybe in 2 goes.
All right. Mame Enfa another one, and so bro. Can you increase your sending limit from 10,000 to more? 10,000, is it 10,000 Ghana? 10,000 Ghana. Is that the limit? Director, can you pick this question for me?
Yeah, I think it's mainly because it's set by the limit on the Momo account, right? So a majority of the transactions we send to Ghana are Momo transactions, definitely. So therefore, we limit it to the maximum amount that can be put in somebody's domestic, personal, private Momo account, which is currently 10,000 Ghana. So at one time, no, that's what you can send. I'm not quite sure whether the banks are the same or not, but that's what you can send to Momo right now. So that's how we've capped it. It's not that easy to change it, but if it's something that I'm hearing that people want, we would go away and we would work on it. So I will write it down and then we'll see whether you can see what we can do about that. But because for most of these things, no, we have to realize that, I mean, how many people want it? How much work does it take us to do? Is it worth doing it? And then we'll kind of look into it and then we will see whether this is the best thing to do or not. So it's a point that we will write down and then we'll take it away and we would see what we can do about it.
This one is straightforward, and I'll say Taptap should add bank pickup because not many people have bank accounts.
Yeah, this is a very interesting one because I would like to. There's 54 people on the Zoom right now. I would love to get some quick view on how many people would like to see Taptap and add bank pickup to the options we have. So currently, you can only send to bank account or to Momo. But what the customer is asking is to offer bank pickup, right? As in you go to the counter and you pick up the cash from the bank, like we used to do back in the day. So I don't know how we do that. ABR, if you agree, go to the chat and put I agree, and let's see how many I agree or how many yes or no's that we see on the comments, and we'll take that as a very quick and dirty poll about how many people want cash pickup. So if you want cash pickup and you're listening to my voice, please go to the chat and just type I agree and yes.
All right.
Nana, I'm going to ask you to count how many I agree we have.
I think I will pick that one up also with Nana. Because there was a survey that Taptap Send is doing, and I would like Nana to tell us more about that survey and the questions that she wants to know from customers. Then we put everything together. But before I do that, let me pick 1 or 2 questions. And the questions na chat room and yeah, crap. That is more than 20. You obi say Korea, China, Philippines, Australia. Please make network no, I say make your network worldwide, please. Very important. What is Taptap doing with their coverage in terms of all these areas that some of our brothers and sisters are leaving, but they are not enjoying the good service that Taptap Send is providing for the Europeans, Americans, Canadians? What is Taptap Send doing for other countries?
We are working on it. We are working on it. We are working on it because I mean, to open a country, you know, it's a little bit more complicated than just like turn it on. So you have to get regulations sorted. You have to get the right licenses, and you have to get the right tech permissions because every country, you know, they have their own Apple Play Store or Google Play Store. So if you look for Taptap Send in like a country that Taptap Send is not there, it won't even appear on the Apple Store or Play Store because you have to have a specific way of doing it and seek specific permission in that country to get it live. So it's not as easy and straightforward, but with more like watch this space. If there is lots of Ghanaians in Korea, because Ghanaians are also Korea, it's all about the opportunity versus the size of the opportunity, right? So if you think there's lots of Ghanaians in some particular place, then please keep telling me about it and we'll find a way to see what we can do about it. So you didn't say Australia and New Zealand, no. It's something that people have talked about quite a lot. I mean, say Gulf countries, Dubai, GCC, that whole Gulf community is one that we are actually thinking about quite seriously. And there's probably a couple of other things that we're thinking about: Australia, Canada, New Zealand. What else? There's probably some other Latin America. There's lots of other what we call paying countries. Doing home. Into watch this space, and we would keep doing the best we can.
Director, I think at this point I have to let customers come in because the chat room is busy with 32 new messages that I'm not but I'll make sure so before I open up for people to ask questions, Nana, what was the questions that you were trying to ask customers through the survey that we sent out? Customers are here, they want to hear from you, and I'm sure they will put their answers in the chat room. Nana, we want to hear from you.
Cool, thank you. In essence, I guess it's an extension of what we are going to speak about today. E-Levy, we really want to understand how you guys, the remitters, are feeling about it. How maybe whether your family and friends in Ghana have expressed any fears about it. We want to understand whether it's going to change your sending patterns or sending behaviors, whether you're going to potentially look for another way of sending money, or you think like nothing will change. So yeah, we just want to understand if we do introduce something like cash pickup, if it is unanimously popular, where you'd want your family and friends to pick up their money. Would it be at Momo vendors? Would it be at banks? And yeah, in essence, maybe also form a small group who we will continue to do a few more surveys with as we find solutions for whatever impact that might come about as a result of the E-Levy.
Right.
I can drop the
link to the survey in the chat room.
It's a
so
2-minute survey.
People can pick it up.
So do feel free to participate and share it amongst your WhatsApp groups, because it's not strictly just for Taptaps, and we want to have an idea across the board in general about how people are feeling about it. So please do share this with your family and friends and any WhatsApp group you have, and then hopefully we can publish the findings for the whole of the diaspora, trying to make it a diaspora engagement kind of.
Okay, fantastic. So based on this survey thing, I think it will be prudent for us to briefly talk about the E-Levy briefly, the Neyema and Kofo Kwan and Brashu Ene. And then you may a growth director, Ora Mauto Ewa Hanu. Yes, we've heard about E-Levy. It is an ongoing discussion in Parliament. It is an ongoing discussion in Parliament as we speak now. Implementing the presentation course last time in Parliament, you know, se wo send sika efi hanomo e dia call my Ghana mu a wo na wo send sika no yenti bibia ene me wo growth director e wa hanom onka ho bibi kakra bi nkyɛn na yemma mo nso mo ho kwan ye pese ye ti mo nso mo nka saying na mo feel about it. The whole E-Levy thing, what do you think and how do you feel about it? But before that, Maminfa a group director Enso Embra na on my a brief presentation on the E-Levy from our business point of view. We are not politicians. We are not going to be political about this topic. We are talking about this from our business point of view and also from a diaspora point of view. Nafi tie won so wonne nafi yen so as a business yen hwe kwan e befa so we will go about this if in case they finally implement it. Ora Mauto and you may on E-Levy.
Yeah, so I've been researching the E-Levy for a number of months, for a couple of months since my good friend Kenneth Ferrata talked about it when he read the budget in November, right? And it came as a surprise, first of all, to everyone. It came as a surprise to even the Bank of Ghana because they didn't really know that he was going to say that. And the reason it came as of interest to me is at the time that it was announced, it was supposed to cover Momo to Momo transfers as well as any remittances coming from abroad into Ghana. Into the original idea that he said in November was supposed to be if you send 100 Ghana to somebody's Momo account, they would charge that person or that transaction would incur a charge, which was a levy. That levy was supposed to also be when that person transfers the money to another Momo account, that levy was supposed to be there. The good news, they say, between November and December, when they submitted the bill to Parliament to go for sign-off, they took out the remittances. So right now, the bill that's going through Ghana Parliament for sign-off does not include remittances. Until you send this car and no, if you send money from here to Ghana to a Momo account, there's no levy on that, which is good news directly, but it's not all that good news because there is still an impact, right? So I'll tell you what the levy is. The levy is supposed to be an additional tax or a bit of money that's required to be paid when a transaction happens. So the levy is called a levy, but in every sense of the word, it's a tax, right? And a tax is collected by the government. The government wants to improve how much tax they raise for building roads and for infrastructure and whatever it is that the government needs. So the government says they want to raise more taxes. To raise more taxes for development, they've looked at the economy and decided that, okay, Momo has risen quite a lot. Momo has now overtaken banks as the key way that finances are moved between Ghana. So the transactions happening from Momo to Momo and Momo buying Momo, bank to Momo, Momo to purchase things, Momo to bank, those transactions are really, really big. Like they far outweigh the bank transactions to the point where the government has seen that there is an opportunity here to tax Momo and to make some money from Momo. That's all that this is. So it means that if you transfer your money from one Momo account to another Momo account, you pay a tax, and that tax is currently 1.75%. It's the proposed tax. That's the plan. This plan is going through Parliament, and this applies to any Momo to Momo transactions, any Momo to bank transactions, any bank to Momo transactions, and any Momo to buying transactions, as well as any money you take out of Momo. Any transaction that goes above 100 Ghana cedis a day. So the way, no matter how you look at it, anything you do with Momo would incur this levy, which is 1.75%, which is a lot. And I'll tell you why it's a lot, because Cameroon just introduced theirs in January. Theirs is 0.2%, okay? Ivory Coast has the same kind of tax. Theirs is 0.5%. Zimbabwe have a similar tax. It's $0.05 per fee. Tanzania has a tax. Theirs is 10%, but Tanzania for Munyo correct. Uganda has a tax. It's 1%. So lots of countries have this way of taxation. It's a normal thing that governments do once Momo is growing. Ghana Momo is about, I think there's something like 12 million Momo accounts in Ghana right now. So government has seen a good opportunity to raise taxes from Momo. Now, let's bear in mind, sir, from 2015 till now, Momo has completely changed our country. It's changed Ghana for the better, because now my uncle who lives in Peki, which is where I come from, he has Momo. I can send him money. I mean, I'm sitting in London. I can send him 20 Ghana. I can send him some small money, and he goes on his phone. He walks to the shop. He buys medicine. Okay, it's made our lives so much better. Momo has vastly improved what we call financial inclusion. Now, there is a lot of talk that this would take back the gains we've made on financial inclusion, which is absolutely possible, because that's what happened in Uganda. That's what happened in Tanzania. That's what happened in Zimbabwe to an extent. So there is some precedence to show, say, when governments have used this kind of taxation on something that's developing and growing really fast, there are some downward stream impacts. So whilst everybody is worried about this in Ghana, those of you who live in Abroche, you are fine, because if you send money directly, there'll be no tax on that money. But once that money hits your receiver's Momo account and they want to do something with it, then your receiver would be paying that 1.75%. Inti, example, I send money to my sister, Makafui. Makafui Jin, she takes the 700 Ghana I've sent her. Now, if she wants to pay a bill, she'll pay 1.75% on that. If she wants to give some of that money to my mom, she'll pay 1.75% on that in terms of tax. If she wants to move some of that money to her bank to buy something, she'll pay 1.7% on that. So she could be paying a lot of taxes by just moving money from that one Momo account to lots of different things. And then you're friend E-Levy, and that's what the government is proposing. The plan was to have this effective from the 1st of February, but there has been lots of discussions going on, so it hasn't quite happened, because Oforiatta wanted to take it to Parliament a bit later when he's got a lot more support from the minority government, because Bagbin doesn't want to pass it through. There's lots of discussions going on. Everything I've heard from the people I've been talking to in the media and in the ministries, and the feeling is that it will happen and they'll probably approve it, even though Ghanaians are totally against it. My own feeling is that taxes are good. We need to raise taxes. I get that, but it doesn't have to be this way. And there's probably different ways to look at it. So that's what the Momo is, and that's what the Bank of Ghana is planning to implement. Our feeling is that if this happens, the indirect impact or the indirect effects of something like this are things that we should be thinking about. And I'll tell you some of the indirect impacts. Some of the indirect impacts could be that people's incomes will reduce. So if you work in an informal sector and you get paid by Momo, which is very possible, a lot of my cousins are paid by Momo because they're taxi drivers, or they do some walansa, and they get paid by Momo. If you get paid by Momo, your income will reduce by the tax that you are paid on that income. And then if you do anything with the income that you are paid, your income would also reduce. So there'll be a broad sweeping reduction in how much people make if they are being paid by Momo right now. That's one of the indirect impacts of this levy. Another indirect impact is that we have made some pretty good gains as a country in financial inclusion and making sure that my uncle, Efoyao, who lives in Peki now has access to finances easily without talking to anyone, there is a chance that those things will change. And there's a chance that he may now have to walk to the Ghana Commercial Bank in Peki and go and take money out if that's what he wants to do and he doesn't want to pay that tax, because that 1.7% tax could be dinner for him. It could be lunch the next day. It could be medicine. So there is a very real sense that that could also have an impact. Another impact that it could have is that it would drive an increase in the informal sector. So people will start using cash a lot more, because if Momo is going to incur a charge, I mean, if I have to walk to go and get the cash, or I have to take Trotro to go and get the cash, you know what? I'll take Trotro. So there is a very high chance that people will start moving away from using the formal sector, which is Momo, and start using the very informal sector. So this is also an indirect impact of Momo. And people are talking about youth unemployment, but there's lots of other things going on. But the real impact for you and I, who are sending money to our family and friends in Ghana, they say they would end up with less money in their account when they do things with the Momo. So we either send them some more money, or we find a way to help them understand how they can use money in Ghana without incurring lots of cost. Because now you have to think a lot about also, and this kind of, how many times are they distributing the money to different people, and how much tax are they paying on it? So instead of sending them money that they distribute to 7 family members, you may have to send to the 7 family members yourself, because then you'll be paying 1.75% each time that happens. I think that's my general summary on Momo in general. It's a good policy. It's not bad. The 1.75% is too high, because we could have started somewhere like 1%, where Tanzania and Uganda is, but the government's proposing 1.75%. It's possible the bill will change when it goes to Parliament. It's possible they will change the amount from 1.75 to 1.5 or to 1% before it gets approved. But everything we know, they say it will probably pass through Parliament and it will be implemented in the next couple of months. And all your recipients would definitely feel the impact of it, because they'll be receiving money and they would have to do something with it. Anakame, I hope this summary is enough. Maybe I've talked too much, but I would take questions.
All right. You better see. So the out there abre and you may no be said now E-Levy cry and no cry any day. I buy any pequania of a faswa obey raise finance to do development. Now, who say mobile money transaction or mining no sabre economy pa international economy. Na say bia first na ese wutie sika ema unua bi obefa car e na wakọ na wo de size sika na akoma and say ube incur cost for you to be able to send that money to that person. Any abani say any military infrastructure mobile interoperability aba ema wutimi an easy dia then you mean so ese me fa kwan bi so na menya bibi kakra every size sika na wo send na we ntua hwe no na means make me edia your money eno ene disa E-Levy ede ebaye na emom em se dodo na baby e ka ko ne se there be sa percentage na mo pese mo gire de emu ye vrem kakra emu ye den ena ebi no kra nso de omo ka se oh my Ghana se tax ho asem ena mo ka se ye behia na ye de aye impuntujuma e wo man ni mu a Afibia Auditor General's report. Ye sika ehwiegu efa sa akwan no so a ene mu ntuatua sa akwan no mienya sa sika no fanye development. Discussion no adwenkyere no aye bebre. Ene ye nhwe no from a political standpoint of view. Ye hwe no business wise, especially ye money transfer company. Ye hwe kwan ya se base omo implement ya. Ye befa so a na yetimi aboa ye customers. Na matimi akoso asend sika ko boanua no and this a bus omo implement here ye pese hu how ube feel about it ye pese hu kwan a ube fa so a ube send sika say ebeye through bank ebeye mobile money na be use because so send ya ye charge you bibia ube pese ye nye no cash pickup amount. These are some of the ideas we want to hear from you and until the survey link be at the chat room one bomodiana feel my Yehu said ye also officially about the E-Levy. Name on Monday evening. On Monday evening, I'm going to bring the politicians and we will talk politics. Monday evening. It's going to be the same channel. And if join us Monday evening, I'll bring the politicians for them to come and tell us why E-Levy and why the minority is saying no, not now. We will bring them. So, Yenko questions kakra ewa Hannibal.
Hello.
Hello.
The facho your friend Isaac na a channel pa me watch anopa me
Isaac Nyabotre. Ye wo ekwan a ye de ye show no. E wo mi se mete ase so ochina o ko ba bi de na so se nu se ye frɛ wa ontimi jumping simusa me dase. Emum ekwan ye du emre du se me frɛ enti wo de ma me fa first na emum enye se o konti na nka ye se me fa but ma me fa first ni enko. Isaac me enti o.
Yo me dase na eni kwa se me interrupt o kasa. Na the intema me and Senya anopa me start adwuma 4 o'clock. And think I may 3 so akoda. And then I may stress over my fine. Na ma saki to heavy menche.
Isaac ekwanda hoboni te umai.
Yo dedi kind asedama yenu anuma omode adwum paba ya utimi send this ka or Taptap. O send ya any 2 minutes kra na nipa na nisa this can come on na nisaka. Ya mi sure omo se omo tima fa adwene pase a omo boy emi etimi send this ka koma ye ma me no yenu anu omo Ghana na de kakra me wo kan say ska me send koma me ma me busumi bia no the electricity bill and the water bill and the didi sika no se kra no se e kosoro nti se sika no enso no nti wo se me di bi ka ho na so beside kakra ka ho na se okoyi na sa aban sa beti bi afri so a e the pressure ba be to me so o se me na me pesika no e bi sa ka ho which is a me so nya dia amenya sika no nti e kwan be so e na Taptap betima fa so a ye send this kana aban timinti sa E-Levy na ode beto so no ode beto sky ye de koma ye ma me no omukoyi a ska o beti afri so no e kwan be so na Taptap betimi e dia boyen se de be ye this kind ko ma ye ma me no ma o betimi yi ska na bra ye nti 1.75 in free says so me da see man wati
Yo Ike Mefa Growth Director know what can be about it. Name as it stands now there, Yenyenik very clear said it has not been implemented yet. And the percentage charge also no almost agree yet. But say a bar kwanya yebefa so. Director, say bas E-Levy is implemented. Obi sendi sika ekudu or my Ghana mu. Na say or kwaji from mobile money agent, you be charging say bas E-Levy has been implemented. You be charging and now say it is only when or transfer from the mobile account to another mobile and you be charging. But my NTU na me for fraud.
As the bill stands right now, no, the proposal they say if it's implemented, you be charging in the future. So currently, no, I think you pay something like 1% to withdraw money from your Momo account from the vendor.
That is charged by the telcos.
That's charged by telcos, yes. And that money normally is what pays for the agents, no, because there's something like 106,000 Momo agents in Ghana right now. So their income comes from some of that. So that 1% now that they currently pay to withdraw that money, you know, it goes to pay the Momo agents, it goes to the telecom companies like MTN and Vodafone and Airtel. But right now, no, there's an additional 1.75% on top of that. Into Akoye, almost 3% just to collect that money from Momo agent. So it's not something that you can easily say, oh, like forget, because 3% is also 1%. You can almost close your eyes now and try and forget about it. 3% is a lot. So I totally understand what Isaac is saying. I think the only way right now, and far be it from me to give advice against the government, the only way to kind of avoid that paying that 1.5% is if you send to a bank account from Taptap Send when it's introduced, the money will go to a bank account. your mom can walk into a bank and take that money out for cash and not be charged anything, because as long as that money doesn't pass through a Momo account, then it's okay. Now, if it goes to Momo and she transfers it to bank account and she takes it out, she will still get charged if it goes to bank account. But as long as it goes through Momo, then she'll be charged. If it doesn't go through Momo and it goes directly to a bank account, if I was sending a GCB and she walks into a GCB account, is her account, or call the ATM now we need. That's it. There's no charge on that one. So Isaac, it's right now, if you ask, if the law was implemented tomorrow and you want to send your money, your mom money, without having to pay that 1.75%, the only way to do that is to send to a bank account, and then she doesn't have to pay that levy.
And one question about what Anna said, will be raising your chat box in the so they said, and you'll be and what bank account into what Taptap Send is doing with cash pickup. What is Taptap Send doing?
It's a difficult question, Nana. So cash pickup wasn't on the original plan, right? So we now have to do some research to see whether cash pickup, I mean, somebody talking about, is cash pickup safe? Is cash pickup, because cash pickup is a Momo vendors for cash pickup, or is it bank for cash pickup? Cash pickup is taking us back as a country, if you like, because
that was where we were 20 years ago.
Many years ago. Now you're all Ghana. My uncle used to send us money and we go and take it out. And
more bank.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't the safest thing to do. People see you in Ghana now. There's lots of these boys on motorcycles.
I'm Robert Scrabber, but Jeff Wilson.
Absolutely. So I don't personally, it's not something I like, cash pickup, but it may be something that we have to explore. So right now, please fill in the survey now to chat. If most of our customers want cash pickup, you know what? I will try and do some work on it. I will try and do something to make it possible, but we have to do it in a way that is safe. That doesn't put our mothers and our sisters in danger because they go and pick up cash from some agents. Now, the vendor knows you've collected 1,000 Ghana. With whom I will call. And yet it's not that safe and easy.
The best way.
Not the best way. So cash pickup, no. I think we need a lot more customer insights from all of you on this call. Who will call you? Please tell us if you want cash pickup. Fill the survey in and let me collect some data, and then we'll see what we can do about it.
Thank you very much. Mamifa Patricia, Pat, you and Enumerate.
Okay. Pamucho, for some Mexicans, 1 month, 2 weeks, my bank are blocking me from sending money through Taptap. I don't know why.
Bank are blocking. Now, na bank in air county.
Almost a member office, member bank, one casanambe send it through bank on.
Oh, director, do you have
last
any
time
response?
I called Mr. Mauto and
you are the one who I spoke to. Yeah. You're in Germany.
Yeah.
Okay. So there was some issue with German support. May I sure said we resolved it after you spoke to me. So it's worth trying again, definitely. But if not, then give another call and then we'll try and see if we can figure it out. So there was some issue with German support, definitely. This was, I think, 2 weeks ago. It was on Friday evening, and I checked it out, and it wasn't just you. There was something going on with German banks, and we tried to resolve it. So we think that it's okay now. But if it's still not okay, then Michelle, please try and message me, WhatsApp me now, and I'll try and get somebody to look into it.
Okay, thank you. That's
it. Yemfa Letitia, you tell you, break.
Yo, Pacho, good evening.
Good evening, mommy.
Pacho, my question, too, but I couldn't say, me brother Ketwebo, Maryland, US. Some person me send it, on also use Taptap. Some person send this free Hamana. How will I go about it?
Pacho, hey.
Me or UK.
Oh, okay. Oramalto, I know it's not at the moment it's not possible, but I'll allow you to talk.
Letitia, a good question because it's something that it's what I call a product feature because people have asked for it, which is something like a Taptap wallet, so that between Taptap to Taptap, you can send money to each other. And that's something we have right now, Letitia. So you may have to find a different way to get the money to your brother in Maryland. But idea I'm very open and very happy to look into and work on, because it should be possible for you to, within Taptap customers, to send each other money and send each other different amounts of money from Maryland to UK, UK to Maryland. But now it's here possible. But idea yeah, doing home, and we've talked about it, and we are seeing if it's possible to do or not.
Okay, me that's it. Pacho, my second question is E-Levy, no, I think I say be or other African countries. They say me who says saying almost so introduce here and almost far no na. Then I am like send ye things and ye introduce so yeah, like how it's going to be in Pacho. That's it.
Yeah, so the countries that I talked about who have E-Levy currently in Sub-Saharan Africa, Kenya has E-Levy, and Kenya has one of the most advanced mobile money systems in the world, because they have something called M-Pesa. And more M-Pesa, no. Yeah, the M-Pesa has an E-Levy, but the E-Levy is split between customer and Safaricom, which is the telecom company that manages it. So it's managed pretty well. They've been doing that for something like 30 years. So it's very well established. There's no negative views on it. They know how to use it. They are very understanding of it. Now, we also have Tanzania, which is, when they introduced it, there was a massive drop in how many people who are using mobile money in Tanzania. And they have something like 23 million accounts. It dropped by something like 10%, which had a big impact on the country. Almost more, their figure was something like 10%, which is a lot. So 10% transaction fee, a dorsal. So that clearly had a massive impact when they introduced it. Zimbabwe have a similar kind of tax, which is $0.05, which is not a lot. But I don't know what happened when they introduced it. Uganda had the same thing. But Uganda, they started with 1%. And then after about 6 months of introducing it, they dropped it to 0.5%, because they realized that it had the number of people using mobile money reduced by about 25% within the first 6 months. So this is something that the government knows about, and we've talked about it. Ivory Coast have a similar thing. It's 0.5% on cash transfers, and Cameroon just introduced it. It's 0.2%. So every country who have introduced this E-Levy have had some kind of impact. That impact has always been a reduction in how many people who are using mobile money services, how many people who are actually transacting with Momo to Momo. So it's a real problem, and every country who has done it, they've had an impact. That impact hasn't been positive, but every country who has done it has also raised a lot of money for their governments, and that's why the government is doing this. So the main reason for doing this is the government wants to raise money. So if they want to raise money, they would definitely raise money by doing this. That one there, almost granted, they would always raise money. But it's about the indirect, unintended consequences of making this change. Would mean that there'll be a change in the financial inclusion. People will stop using Momo, people will move back to cash. The informal sector will grow again. People will start doing money laundering, lots and lots of other things, which we've seen in other countries as I've been studying this subject to see. Does that answer your question, Auntie Letitia?
Yeah, I think so. But that's
That's
it, Letitia. That was Letty, but me what Letitia and so.
Yeah, me was so.
Letitia, yes,
So yeah, first. My
but
question,
you know,
last time,
quick mind why.
Okay, last time yeah meeting regarding Societal General and Societal General Limited Bank Societal General Ghana. Nah, Societal General Limited. Like me sending money, me send it direct to the bank. But Ghana the Societal General Ghana. Enti any so we send the conti ma talk asa obe look into that, because Obiswa mentioned that. But up to now, nothing is done about it.
Yeah, sorry, nothing is done about it because it wasn't that easy and straightforward.
Okay.
I'm being completely honest with you, because all the banks, they plug into a certain switch. The switch be Ghana. Yeah, first switch is saying, I'm sure you know the switch name. So I don't. What's it called? There's a name for it. Inter something. a bank switch be. So we plug into that switch, right? And the only bank that shows up on that switch is one Societe Generale bank. The second one didn't show until I don't know why. So to add that one, it requires a lot more work than just actually let's just check it and let's change the code in the back. No, it requires a whole lot more. That's why I've not done it yet. But I haven't forgotten about it. It's come up probably about 4 times in the last in the last 2 months. Still it's on my list, and I remember very well.
Because me person met your E-Levy. And me person me send it direct to the bank.
That's it. And would they also the aba.
Thank you.
Ado Maxwell Kofi. Ado Bajo Yetio and you break. Ado unmute yourself now. Bajo Fa Brown.
Yeah, Bajo Tumenka.
Ado Meton Kapa Yetio.
Yo, Medasipa. Yeah, they're not making it say E-Levy as somewhere Yadika said. Yina program here start here in Ubia per se or ya dear baby to say own to E-Levy. But me who say in Ghana for a butcher in Yawahai. Bank Bia who send it Sikabia na government no with us. Our dear boy or manner a woman. Yes, you must say a boy and Yatia by. It is here boy mind say a bad boy should not cost. Yes, you per money cost. But to be I say, what can you be a son who be a per se, or ya debut baby to say, untia. That's your per se money cost. You're better than a man on circles. It may have been a saying I am more. Kakabia, Ubeya, or man on so government to be Nesican. Also, they are put to Duma, a Bama Yansono, your quiet mind gun and more. Who say, a man of government tonight. I be a Miami and Yaja, Percy. It's young say yes, fine. 1.75%. A dorsal. Young most of my government and intimate to Somalia. You know when it says yes, and this Kakwa, man, yeah, and to say, ye baby to see into E-Levy. Ye and Chia, or my government is being in the Sika, and the idea of money, ye, my young friend, and also the master mammy, person, master, me and fancy a doom say dorsal, young country government, not to. By any way, say big Chia, now boy, yes, only a busher for war my Ghana. But that's it.
Yo, yeah, but that's it, Maxwell, and it also the Abba. My main fact is it Joe Chem. If Mambo Dini Afachemi, Bacho, Yetio.
Okay, may I say,
Bacho, where the boy, Udini, a bonny saying.
Joe Akim.
Joe Akim, okay, Joe Yetio.
Okay, me that say, me pese me bisa say, Taptap so say, I buy no share and certain, E-Levy no, and that was the way or channel was the way. And Taptap said, my ready for any unforeseen beer for say government including I can say any remits for so like. What are you going to do about it? Have you planned for any unforeseen, provided the government adds be like Moamosia, so I to send this call Ghana. So why any plan be for that, which will be very important for us.
Joe, young can see Sudia say Abino and fat remittancy and come say what's in this car or be charge you and sana uni pakuna or papa genus we are charging. Yeah, can be a day say a no and camel.
Almost shots and or may I can't or shots and Cassa neck can one half you are buying free. And I was had the buy, you know, was had the name of Biasa country may say unforeseen beyond set Taptap force or my prepared for any unforeseen in the future now. And okay. Maybe me the last one as well.
But your factor will quickly name far for France, why? And go forward to be brave.
France, more service providers, so you're from or Monfa. I don't know why. I've been calling several times because I had problem with my ZPay. I called several times. So be a sending message. So always they reply the same thing. 90. Meaning say, oh, service provider will have to hear Jumadia.
All customer service.
But in France, you might be from like
okay. Now, me pacho problem be and now work with ZPay.
Okay, send it echo ZPay till date. Yes, can free ZPay.
Okay. Me pacho drop your number. Our chat box name says na obi befa na yahwe how besa we will resolve it for you. Now customer service issue in France no so we will or amount on pacho on ma bit me apeke mami na yeah from.
Yeah, Pacho, if you can put your details on, if my good sister Teresa is on the line, then we can take your details and somebody will look into it for you. Give a buy a power. Yes, we now Joachim, you're right. This is typical business planning. So it'll be very irresponsible of me to assume say they would forget about remittances. So I have to plan for that scenario. So we have planned for that.
No, it's not on the way to the tail for more.
Okay.
Yeah, so Joachim, we have planned for that scenario. We plan for the scenario of if the minority try to put remittance back into it just to reduce the rate. So it's possible, said the minority group in parliament will say that the government should reduce the 1.75 to 1%, and then add remittance so that they can make up for the shortfall. That's absolutely a scenario that I have written down. That's in that scenario, then we would have to change our system to make sure that when you're sending the money, you can decide to add that cost to the money you send. We do that currently for Cameroon, we do it for Cote d'Ivoire, we do it for one other country, which I look after as well. So they are possible. So we have our systems ready. Say, if that is to happen, if you are sending the money, we'll give you the option to say, do you want to add the fee for the customer? And you literally click a button and it will say yes. Then it would increase your money you are sending from maybe £100 to £101 so that it covers the fee that the person will have to pay at the end. So we are ready for that, and we are getting ourselves ready if we have to implement that, Joachim. So very good question, and we have systems ready to do that, and we are talking to our local partners in Ghana to make sure that if that were to change overnight, we'll be able to switch our things on to get ready for that as well.
Yo, Joe, you better say what the other by Paul NY Paul, but you when you bring.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Okay. So me patcho me say me timuye ya me passe me bisa say sesi ano me wa no say me seniska ekoma ebia me mada wo Ghana no okwa akuyi a ombeti no 1.7% nana.
Paul dedi kan ye pese ye kan sisu dua bie mu say E-Levy has not been implemented at the moment.
We know Ghana. Government in power has right to do anything or pass over piano. And yet Europe are semi different. Europe, yeah, the government is for all. Now Africa, no, say E-Levy, no, they will pass it on. Already, no government now have a cases here, will pass it on. Into some of you who can be passed because Africa, we all know Ghana, we all know Africa. And we know that definitely they ever passing on. Into the say measures no.
Okay. Yo, question I know I don't know.
Another question and Pato we are not
and Pato Fabomuna other people
the second one on Pato. The second one was about me brand now because say it's like say you know you pass a dodgy E-Levy no. So you among be Europe higher one you tax say advantage tax you demand
yeah.
So abano you Spain no straight way no aban a company he lives on tax in adi but Ghana you Mr. say scan him up abaning sama what you there be billions of dollars and billions of cedis even before Enra Captain Smart be making comment be say Ghana Commercial Bank are transferred 52 billion Ghana cedis you be scanner. So and yes, be pass over tax. Now who tax ban to me how many eco school hospital say my minimum ko woni nam ko wo form no moda Now for say you the yon anya da ye nya fa ye. Enye so obi aso so betua tax so ye nya ye pese betua tax. Na mum ye tua tax na aban fanya de panya so mbechegu ombotum na wo dia half afo rent high expensive plane now them biem.
Forty. Makajo say opeso ye politics. Ye nshia man there anywhere 8 to 10. Me politics or why? Me that's the last one the any question politics na person ye.
Okay, me that's it.
Okay. Ora amount of the first question. Or say base E-Levy is implemented that. So or send this sika ekomane maame nani maame ekoji every mobile vendor ehonomwa you be charging.
Yeah, as long as it goes to Momo there, yes, then they'll be then she'll be charged.
Okay,
so,
me that's it. Simple.
Okay,
my empha Jonas Mbacho ye
yeah, but the utimi.
Me te on kapa ye
Me before me kasa pia engineer.
Can brofo. Because my who's a key engineer da.
Yeah, what my issue with with this new system that the country want to introduce.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's two things that I'm thinking about. You see, every government comes in power, and when they kind of like get into their end of their term, term,
they do whatever they like.
They want to use the last power. Show me your last wonders. You know what I mean? Something to so are they just introducing this just to get something before they go? Or because the thing is, all these taxes we're taking, all these things we're taking, we all know Ghana is being the same since Jerry give a handover to Kufuor. So we should have some independent body that will kind of like, like auditing where our taxpayers' money goes. I'm happy to pay tax, to be honest. I'm very happy to pay tax, but I wouldn't like to pay tax to a system that is like, you are flying the kite. As long as you're this thing, you get into the sky. That's it. That's the limit. You know what I mean? So if we have to pay this money as a new system that we already paying some tax already with this money transfer. So if we are paying that 1.7, that 1.7 we are paying, would there be some accountability for that? Because that is a new thing they are adding to whatever the taxes they pay. Are they like, is there going to be something that we're going to know, like we'll know what the money is being done with? Or like you said earlier on, that you're going to give them option that if you send me the money, would you want to add £2 or £1 to pay to clear that money? That's a very good idea. I was going to ask that question, and when you answer it, I said, "Oh, that's it. That's a good thing." But some villages now, this thing is mainly is about the Taptap. You are expanding, which is very good. But there are some villages that we know. We know Ghana, most like all these names are here recently in the parliament. Some villages. What is the plans for like those areas? Have you because they have rural banks, all these banks there, small banks. So I'm thinking it would be best should also have that bank transfer too, because there are some villages that they have only that small bank there. So are you guys planning to touch those areas? Because they also use money as well. So what is the plans for those areas?
Hello? Jonas, questions my the first one the politics now and no me political question but we will look at adding rural banks to our network. Over amount of and they say E-Levy are implementing. Now we are looking at bank transfer, bank pickup options. Are we also looking at adding rural banks to our network and how possible can we work this one out?
Yes.
Mami.
I mean, simple answer, yes. So I mean, the way that my dream is that nothing should change. I want all of you to stay on Taptap and keep sending money on Taptap, whether you are sending for E-Momo or E-Levy or whatever. So I would work my socks off night and day to make sure that we are able to offer banks in even the outer Hebrides, even Navrongo, we'll try and make sure that all the smaller banks are kind of put into our network. So yeah, it's all part of the scenarios that we are working on to make sure that it's not only the major banks that we have, but actually the rural banks are also things that we would cover in the near future. Because once when we first started about actually making our bank product much better and much broader, it's on my list of things to do this year, and we would work hard to do it with E-Levy or without E-Levy. It's something that I think we have to do for the sake of the way the things are going. We can ask them, say, the government will do whatever the government wants. We just have to be ready. Indeed, we would get our house in order. I don't do politics. I'm just doing business.
Yo, Jonas, open a body that will audit the government's expenditure, but your Auditors General Department or Kuhum. And as a cooking can reporter every year producing it. Name said the Mekan and open say yeah politics there Monday evening 8 p.m. and it means maybe politicians never back na yaka politics was.
But you're telling me you don't share me email why from who we want me email.
But just say
meeting with me who want me email. And but you send me demo na me tap na me journey Monday.
The same link had the buy na Fabra.
When they said me
open here no crem Monday ni esro me sanka ayino
Mozabeka
emblem pa why na ye na Taptap ye ni aboye
I'm professor politics. Okay, Paul. Mommy fan for we are not doing politics here. All right. Mami fa A class me say A class a man is also A class in bacho honoma or meet yourself na kasa mami.
All right, me da say OT media ne nana Kwame ne your director Kwakumato ne your madam nana atmaku ye dam na masine etie for ne the mama saso was yenwanu bi ana omde politics no erewura adenimu na ka me se ka me sra mo se ka momodi ama ye ne ka topic ne de say the host edika aka no we go to it. One, we are a business company that do not do politics. I will try not to do politics with what we are. And to say that Nana Kwame Eka, Yami Aduma Monday on OT media, or the politicians never buy into what for say, some FBB at Sebiano, me patcho, catch him live for Monday. Neck and neck, than any Thursday beyond the banner. Let's take away politics and let's deal with the issue. A word, my Mr. Mupi, Yadamasi.
Beda say A class. A young called Lamte, a honor. Lamte, patch out ye. Lamte, or meet yourself na Kasa Yeti.
Hello, good evening, everyone. My question goes to Mr. Mauto. Yes, I mean, because I said, MTN mobile money, you have a cap where we'll send it, will be air transfers to car, let's say 1,000 to 5,000 plus, you have 10 CDs fixed amount. The 1.75% number tax, do they have any cap on it, or whatever amount you send is the face value? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. I think from what I've seen so far, there's not been any cap discussed. I've seen a table somewhere where it calculates what you pay, and I can't see a cap right now. So because I've seen a calculation made on 1,000 Ghana, like 150 Ghana, so which is a lot. So there's no cap as far as I can see. So that's where it is right now. There's no cap being talked about. There's no cap being discussed. The only exemption is transactions under 100 Ghana are not being taxed. So anything above that, there is a charge on top of that. It would definitely increase because I know there's a cap, but that cap doesn't apply to what they are proposing right now.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Lamte. Maminfa Ima Bacho Yetio and Yumri. And Emma, sorry, Emma.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Mammy Emma. I'm Bacho to say.
Bacho Yamia Dumaya. Actually, okay, me late and son me because email me very late. problem is asoma mbebe ka mitimi say fa asoma mo kan mitimi say fa asoma na so min so de ehiam na mbabe ken
I can hear in fact one make us in fact
Taptap scanner ya me sending no of late me hu say eyi bia begu eyi ni so say your limit your money transaction something is limited or say Vicente ama mitimi senis amount is kese bia enko enti almost just me scan me ID me yes me scan ID nyama no so a emfa na say just me use me kun de na media asenis ka ko Ghana ntimi hu the quantity almost is answer na metimi I sending more money. Just me yi sa limited universe. My yes almost means scan me ID. My mean entimi infa.
Okay. Dear TNA, who send this edu baby Emma your home crying say you who yen customers. You who say only near was a winning.
Okay.
And you know you busa say for ID bra. The TNA say oh scan it na and I say oh yeah na say emfa. It means say when ama picture na very clear. Buy a honoma ye huni ye nyanto boase na sei bia wona untimi nye ne ye de na ma ukunu mboa ana wo baby mboa no table no picture na nye very clear very clear per app no be picking it up na watimi and the abre wo send the brain ni ehwe ID no ni ehwe wo details a wo de brain and dada no bibia ye okay a ye be limit na fito na fe watimi asan to aso aye o man.
Okay.
Yo.
Number two. Na mi seke eyin nsusu ni say me wa account wo Ghana na mi pese mi dis scan ko tum so mi save wo Ghana commercial banker metimi aya mana kotom
Mbacho ani ye ni Ghana commercial bank ye juma entino eno an say o send this Ghana edu option say o person send ko mobile money o person send ko bank ana ZP no selected bank banks are any of me adwuma ni nyina ho no select Ghana commercial bank now do the any account details are share ho no straight.
Okay.
Me that's ma yemfa George Patricia ya found that 18 Mr. was all bibia who bet me who Mr. Malto backdoor na me fan and kofofo for any messages are aba any day.
Hello.
George Patricia.
Hello.
Hello, Ora George, you. George didn't start to one of Yemfa official, is it crack? Official, Bacho you. Official, so Wada.
Hello.
Bacho George, oh, on my ATO.
I'm a pacho. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
I'm a pacho. Me person who say tap send no. Na me de me bra bi de na send sika. Na se na fe na me so manya poster ayi ne bi ID omo banko mate no. Omo ATM card no. Ba me email no. And then me do register my brand internet and come me me de me email in register me there so my eye enko.
Ora mato, baje ya no mano.
Wait a minute, if you can give me your details in the chat, send me private message or chat and so no your details. I'll get somebody to account for you. Because I say you email no fee old account, what bra account and so near facility up who account amount into but send me private message or chat and so no me move
all right. My main call na me say menu before fra because me Grace Bacho Yetio. Grace, unmute yourself. Grace, unmute yourself na Kasa Yetio. Grace and George. Bacho George, kasa yetio. So mu nyina ma fa mu ada. Enti ma me fa one or two we be or chat room hono na afi. Yemfa dwumadi no embrawe and then my exceed me time be brave. But I will visit this topic again next week. Don't worry. Hello. But your grace, so that's all. Okay, Lorita, Mami fa Lorita in Chato. Lorita and Bajo Yeti, or meet yourself, Nakasa.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, Lorita.
Hi. So I have a slight question. So basically, I registered my account in the UK, and I've been in Ghana for about 6 months now. But the thing is, the main reason I wanted to use Taptap was so that I can send money to myself via Momo to my Ghana number. But I'm not able to do that because I called up the customer service and they said they can't do it. It's not something I can do unless I'm in London to send money to my account here, which makes no sense to me. So I'm not sure if it's something I'm doing wrong, but I called the customer service. I spoke to them twice, and both people said, no, it can't be done. And I don't understand. And that was the main reason why I set up the Taptap account. Otherwise, thankfully, I've got a GCB account, which I'm able to send money to, which is helpful. But to send money to my own Momo account, I can't do, which I don't understand. Me and my sister, we both have the different accounts and we both can't do it. And they keep saying it's because we didn't send money to ourselves when we were in the UK. So I'm a little bit confused. I just want confirmation as to whether that is correct or not.
As far as I'm concerned, I know a lot of people go to Ghana, use their mobile, use their Taptap send app to send money to themselves, and it works perfectly. So I don't know why it is not working for you. I think it might be something that we might have to take maybe your number, your UK number, and look into your account and see why it is happening that way. But it is possible that you can send money from your Taptap send app. You cannot download it when you are in Ghana, but if you have it already before going to Ghana, you'll be able to use it to send money to yourself.
Yeah, I had it before because I've already been using the account for a while. So that was fine. But as soon as I got here and I wanted to send money to my new number, my new Ghana number, it just said I can't do it. And nor can my sister. We can send to anybody else in Ghana, but we can't send to ourselves.
Do you know what Ghana number you have? Does it start with 54 or something?
No, it's MTN, so it's 05. It's a 059.
All right.
Yeah, it's an MTN number.
But that's been fixed now. So I would.
Oh, it has, because I've tried it, but I can try it again.
When did you try it?
But
last?
Recently, probably last week or so.
Okay, try again. Yeah. Try again now if you have the app, because you know the 59 numbers are all new numbers. So I mean, when I was growing up, the numbers were 244 and 344. Okay. And 59 is a whole new string of numbers which just came out literally about a few months ago. And so those are new string of numbers which most which hasn't quite caught up with it yet, which is why it's had a few problems. But
so it's not the issue that I didn't send it from the UK. It was just a case of that it's because of the number that I have.
The specific number. I think recently, I mean, we were trying to help. I think our good friend Magraheb, he had a similar problem because his number was different and it couldn't go through. So it's not just you. It's a specific string of MTN numbers. But if you want to DM me on this chat, I can look into it for you definitely. But if your number is 59 and not 244 or 344, then that's what it will be. It should be fixed now. But test it. If it doesn't work, please message me and we can try and fix it.
Okay, I'll try it while we're on the call then. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Loretta, for your question. I would love to continue this show, but Emre Enti Grace, my friends are one picky. And I say, who names a Udino, a Grace now. All right. Grace, unmute yourself. Only last person.
All right. Sisiana may check. Sorry. Good evening.
Good evening.
Michelle, what do you call it? Me person me send this car to Ghana my account, but what do you call it? My bank account me be in Ghana. Me you see Ghana number, na me DVA. But right now, me you see Ghana number. But I think what's here they ask for your Ghana number before with me I intend and I intend.
There be also send this bank account. Here Ghana number. Who do baby I will send there a baby say or send there mobile money or bank account. Select bank account. Not select bank one or then Udin any bank